here asks, will Simon Miller appear in ACW for the H title? To be decided.
Oh, that's our first big question. Well, here's the thing. This is the deal with that. We have to start. We're basically starting from scratch. We spent all of our money.
Got nothing. I wish I was idle rich right now based on all the money we had to spend to buy this.
Right.
Wrestling promotion.
Exactly. No, so like legitimately, I think we'd like to get ACW to the point where if we get it enough exposure and enough revenue coming in, then perhaps the company would then be able to plunk down to do stuff like that. But obviously bringing Simon Miller in from overseas is
considerable
pricey.
Expense. Yes.
Now, if he happened to be in town, which he probably won't be in Sacramento, if he did like a show, if he happened to be doing a show in San Francisco around the same time that we were doing a show here, and I'll go fetch him. I got no problem with that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the likelihood of that lining up is really low. So it'd be a situation where we'd have to find, if he, for example, came down to LA for Mania next year, and we decided to run a show in LA, then maybe we can make that line up. That's a possibility.
Exactly.
We'd have to get creative as opposed to, hey, guess what? The money bags are in town. It doesn't work that way.
No, all our money went to buying the promotion, so we can't just plunk down money to as much as we'd love to. Simon's great.
Yeah.
But
now part of that process is right now, if you go to acwmerch.com, boom. You can help support Action Coast Wrestling right now. And there's a really terrific shirt. It's the band poster on shirts and hoodies.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go.
You got the logo, just black and white. You got the logo with a little bit of red on it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You got the band poster.
Right. We have a mug.
There's a mug too. There's that. Oh, I like the teal and yellow.
Oh, but it's not just teal and yellow.
Oh, you can get any color.
Any color. The logo's always in yellow. The logo's always in
orange and yellow.
But all the backgrounds are different colors.
Ooh, there's pink.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Ooh, there's a bright green. Oh, look at that.
Exciting stuff over here on YouTube says, I want Magic Pony as a real life character, not Space Horse.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying to elevate, do what we can to elevate ACW.
Right.
And doing self-indulgent stuff like Steve W and Fun Wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not going to achieve that at this juncture.
Right.
So,
we're trying to, number one, there's a bunch of terrific talent on a consistent basis there in ACW.
Yes.
And we'd like to help elevate them in any way we can.
Yes. It's not about pushing us. It's about pushing fantastic talent there in ACW. Ideally, we'll come to the shows. We'll sit in our seats. We'll enjoy the shows like everybody else. We'll make a peep.
Well, that's ideally, but here's actually what I'd like to do. I think it'd be fun to present the shows.
Yeah.
Come out there, get on the mic, razz up the crowd a little bit.
We got a great show tonight.
Right, exactly. And then, so this is my favorite part of the show usually. Oh, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Can we get a t-shirt cannon?
Right now, it's in a really small space. So I think just us it's your arm. But relax on it, okay, man? This isn't the mound.
So I can't be chucking shirts at people.
It's an underhand situation. Imagine they're all children, okay? You're gonna be tossing because there's gonna be some kids in the audience. Probably.
I think that's a good idea though to get some shirts for a show on December 10th.
Yeah,
throw them to the crowd.
Yeah, no, absolutely, of course.
We got to pander, especially. We gotta endear ourselves to the ACW faithful.
Pandering is a good idea. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. I was gonna say something else and I forget. But yeah, t-shirt cannon. That's a good idea. I had something. Oh, yeah. But no, I was presenting it. Oh, no, what I was going to say is one of my favorite aspects of the show, back when Magnum owned the place, is we'd be sitting there in our section, and this dude would be going back and forth, arranging everything. He was like a one-man crew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind taking some of that off, his plate. Yeah. If I need to go from gorilla position back to the ticket area for some undisclosed reason, I can do that now.
Exactly.
I want to be backstage, helping people, do promos or whatever. Here's the thing, not all wrestlers know how to, frame, get good video They don't all know how to like properly social media. That's all like design stuff. That's all stuff. Like I could whip out a shirt in like 5 minutes. You want a shirt? I go whip out a shirt for you. I want to help them.
Yep.
And so, yeah. But also, like one thing that I really want to do that I want to concentrate on is so we've got the YouTube channel that we're sort of taking over, and we're going to figure out how to like do the Critical Mass show, and then the next one, going on and on. Like I want like some more cameras there. Figure out down the line to get maybe the tapings on Twitch. Yes. First, like an exclusive live thing, and then we'll go from there. Let's see.
Yeah, formatting the eventual show going forward. That's kind of first priority, making sure that's solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Going forward with that. I'll go to the Patreon here and take some of these questions here. Yeah. Timor asks, what crazy tactics are you now going to resort to in order to boost numbers at the wrestling company you now own?
Let me ask you this. Is it faux pas? We'll have to ask. So Magnum is still our number one guy. He's our guy leading the way.
He's walking us through the process of how to run a wrestling company because we have no idea.
Right, exactly. Like I go backstage and I'm like, all right, I don't know, you fight you, I guess. He has all this stuff sort of, he has a good idea on how to do that stuff.
Yes.
And so it's more of a collaborative process of partnership. So yeah, no, in terms, I don't know, like, would it be weird for us to show up at Supreme Pro Wrestling with some flyers? Is that faux pas? I don't know. Hey, you gonna go to a wrestling show? Wrestling show? You guys like wrestling?
I mean, I guess so long as it's not a situation where the ACW show is happening at the same time.
Right? Yeah, right.
But no, I don't think that's necessarily a faux pas to promote your show at someone else's show, as long as there's no conflict there. I was thinking like,
I don't know,
much larger picture.
Okay,
like have someone wrestle a bear,
like in a bear suit.
No, bear.
Oh wow! What about that one dog that was in the audience that time? Can we do some dog pranks? There was a dog. There was a dog
that just won a wrestling match. Why can't we have a dog win a wrestling match?
Yeah, right.
Dog as ace of ACW.
Yeah, Yeah. Who's the good boy of ACW?
There you go. Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be. You got young boys.
I mean, Christina Von Eerie is cashing in the ace of ACW trophy to get the title shot. As of the 10th, there is no ace of ACW trophy holder.
Right.
Have a tournament. Who knows who's going to win? Maybe,
right. Can we rebrand the ace of ACW?
Bear wins.
Rebrand ace of ACW as good boy of ACW. Maybe it's a bear, maybe it's a dog.
These are all things worth talking about.
Maybe it's one of the wrestlers. Maybe it's Von Richter. I don't know. Joe Hansen says, any truth to the rumor you'll be renaming Alpha Zo as plus Delta Zo? No, look, this dude's all up and down the West Coast. We can't rename people.
No,
we can't do that.
He's in the process, very much so, of establishing his brand, the Alpha Zo brand, as you mentioned, up and down the West Coast.
We want to help him continue to do that.
I mean, he might be the plus Delta of ACW,
right? But he's still Alpha Zo.
But he's Alpha Zo.
Right.
We're not going. We wouldn't do anything to change that. David Batushek here says, "Do you think that if Joe DeSoul comes back, would you try to use a loophole that could bar him from ever coming back?" Here's the thing. I may not like Joe DeSoul.
Yeah.
And I don't. But he is a local institution in the wrestling scene.
That's true.
I have a lot of respect for what he's done.
Yeah, of course.
In the wrestling business here in Northern California.
Yeah. So,
no, I'm not going to go out of my way to punish Joe DeSoul. We're not going to bar him from wrestling. I would hope at this juncture, seeing he's on the losing end of this deal.
Yeah.
We own the company now, not him.
Yeah.
He would come to us and say, all right, I want to make this work. I'm not expecting that, but I would like for that to happen. I'm not naive, naive to believe that's going to be the case, but I'm hopeful that maybe this moment will be a means for him, motivation for him to self-reflect.
Oh, wow. That is, wow. That's going to make him even, I hope he doesn't, that's going to make him even more mad. If I ever heard some motherfucker say, I hope Steve takes this loss as a means to self-reflect, I would bring a knife. Next time I saw him, it would be like Tales from the Territories. Oh my God, Steve's here and he's got a knife.
But no, I don't think there's really any point, because here's another thing. I don't want to set a bad precedent amongst everybody else in the locker room. I don't want anybody, we're here. We're new.
Yeah.
We're not looking to get on anybody's bad side. No. And if Joe has the respect to people in the locker room, and we go out of our way to punish him, we're not going to earn that respect.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't think it benefits us at all to do anything to bar or punish Joe DeSoul at this point.
John here says, would you take Ace Steele's resume for a producer role? Again, we can't really afford like somebody going from AEW, and if they're not going to be on camera. So no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sammy Garcia here asks, will you guys book Caljack? And if so, how long till he's ACW champion? Would absolutely love to bring Cal in.
That's not an unreasonable thing. Yeah. We're still on incredibly good terms with Caljack.
Absolutely.
He's recently undergone a really cool rebrand where he just seems like a no nonsense fucking I'm gonna wreck you in the ring guy. Yeah. And I'd love to see him in ACW. So that's going to be at some point once we sort of get our footing, we sort of figure out what the 2023 schedule is going to look like. That's definitely something that I definitely like to.
1,000%. As far as, I mean, I'm right now our champ's Alpha Zoe.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Oh, as far as championships, I'm not even concerned about that. Yeah.
Exactly. Alpha Zoe is a fantastic champion. I anticipate he's going to probably.
I'll say this: Caljack does have the pedigree. He's got the experience and the resume to maybe get towards the head of the line when it comes to whoever ends up champion after Zoe and Von Eerie have their match.
Yep.
Cal, if he came in, obviously we'd have to consider him a potential number one contender, sight unseen, which, might cause some people to ruffle some feathers as well. But at the same time, we do own the place. So, we get, hey, this is the new deal. We brought some donuts, so hopefully that, satisfies y'all. Make Cal earn it. Cal's been earning it for ages now, for like over a decade now, I think.
Yeah, how long does Cal have to pay his dues?
Right, exactly. You bring in a big name like that, I don't know how much he has to earn. This dude's already earned it.
Yeah. Miku fan here asks, will this be streamed? I live in Nebraska. Unfortunately, can't make any show. Right now, baby steps.
Yeah.
Right now, we're focusing on the YouTube stuff. So everything will be uploaded to ACW's YouTube, and we're working on how that's going to be produced and how that's going to look as far as streaming, ideally down the line.
Yeah.
Once we have a better understanding of what we have to work with in the space and what we have at our disposal to try to stream, then we'll cross that bridge. But right now, we're just focusing on getting the YouTube show solid and tightened up.
Yeah, I doubt that so what my goal is, given that number one, the last show we weren't even owners, we were literally banned from the building. We had to sneak in. Now that we are owners, I'm anxious to get there on December 10th and figure out what that would look like in terms of, okay, let's talk about camera people. How many do we have? What can we do with this? Mm-hmm. What's established, what could we enhance? What could we add to what's been established? Mm-hmm. And then from there, okay, how feasible would it be? Let's look at what kind of internet does it have? Because obviously you need that. So I do plan on taking a really good, honest look at the kind of infrastructure it already has. Okay, is it possible to live stream? Is it possible for us, obviously doing something as ambitious as running multicam, at the outset is definitely not feasible in December.
No.
Can we run a single cam in December? Like if I get there, will I be able to, can I prop up a single cam and broadcast from there? Is that something we want to do? I think in December, I want to just take a look at what can we do going forward? Now that we're here, what's feasible going forward? And can we do what we want to do? And then just go from there.
We need to sit down especially after the December 10th show, and knowing what we have to work with, and think about the presentation of whether it be both actually the live stream aspect and the YouTube, and decide, okay, how are we going to present this?
We have kind of an idea in terms of the YouTube situation, what we want to do. But it also depends how many shows are we going to run in 2023, what kind of opportunities are we going to have? Because I also don't want to establish a precedent where it's at the current venue, we can maybe run internet, but then what other venues are we going to run in? Ideally, My goal is to start selling these shows out, and it's a smaller venue. I think the capacity is like between 75 and 100. And so it's like, if we start selling those on a regular basis, then are we able to get into a larger venue for some shows? And do those venues have, internet capability? There's so many things that we just don't know. But I am interested. I mean, honestly, like one reason for this purchase is because I want a greater understanding of how the business works.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Cameron Bortolazzo here asks, how many ACW shows until we get a Steve versus Larson match with proxies for total control of ACW? That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
This is not like, I don't know. That's not a possibility.
That's not going to happen. Enforcer here says, hello, Enforcer from KGIR Radio. Congratulations on your new money pit. Investment.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What's the runtime you're looking for ACW shows? I'm hoping not the 5-hour energy sucks that other promotions run. Thank you. One thing that, and I've talked to Magnum about this, and I'm sure you have too. Magnum's been very clear that you keep the shows a manageable length.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to move. I personally don't want to move away from that. I think the 2.5 hour shows they run there are kind of the perfect length.
Yeah.
Especially because it's a family friendly atmosphere and people bring their kids. You don't be running the shows from 7 to 11.
Yeah.
Running too late.
Yeah.
So, the main show starts at 7:30, usually wrapped by 9:30.
Yeah.
You get the VIP match.
There's a pre-show, earlier than that.
Yeah. And I think right now that's ideal.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say like no longer than a 3-hour show. It's definitely ideal. Absolutely. Jeffrey Nguyen says, will ACW be doing shows at the Golden One? I imagine it's probably really pricey to run there.
I would think so.
It's probably incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what, I think Justin Bieber rented out Staples Center to
get engaged, right?
To get engaged. And I forget what the cost was. Was it like $1 million or $2 million or something huge?
Yeah.
Maybe it was like 200,000. I forget what it was.
It'd be crazy if he did that, booked that for like the middle of an afternoon in this off season of every sport. Like they have no event running there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And literally all they have to do is unlock the door for him. They have a couple people there just to, make sure nothing crazy happens.
I think I don't know. I don't remember this, but did he do like anything special?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I didn't really pay. I just heard that he did it at Staples, but I didn't really pay any attention to what he actually did.
I imagine he had some razzle dazzle, but maybe not. Maybe he was just like, he just.
I mean, like if he brought a bunch of pyro in or something like that.
Or did he just show? He was like, "Hey, let's go," middle of the court.
Here, I've been working on my J. Take a look.
What do you think? Can you hold this phone?
Wet.
Wet. Can you fucking tape for me? He starts clanging him. He's like, man, it was wet yesterday down at the park. John says
used to the backdrop there. The backdrop and the arenas are different when you shoot at the park. So
John says your ACW co-owner comes to you with an angle where he ends up ACW champion. Will you be receptive to this idea? No,
veto.
Veto, completely vetoed.
Veto, completely 1,000%. We are not wrestlers. We are not in any way.
I have zero desire.
Yes,
none.
Fit to do anything in ring.
The second a wrestler gets in my face, I'm walking away. Because I'm not taking any bumps. I'm not putting my body on the line for anybody's entertainment.
Nope.
Tony Wood says, what is the likelihood of, we've talked about that already. Let's see here. Luis says, Luis Arraez, a reporter for the Daily Graps and Raps. If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself? I feel like hot dogs don't, it's like asking, I feel like hot dogs need to eat something else to sustain themselves.
Interesting.
I
kind of feel like hot dogs eating themselves is kind of the perfect encapsulation of hot dogs, though.
I guess we can eat humans for sustenance.
Yeah, but there's downsides health wise. I mean, just setting aside the obvious moral issues with that.
Yeah, taking morality out of it. Yeah.
I mean, you can, but like with mad cow disease, they thought one of the reasons that was happening is that they were feeding cows cow. Was that confirmed? Because I remember hearing about the same thing. Like if you eat too much person, you get fucked up. Yeah. I don't know if that's been confirmed.
Let's see here. White Brownie is, what kind of gimmick matches can we expect in ACW? Well, you're a big
clock challenge.
Yeah, you're a big fan of like the Gauntlet and the Beat the Clock challenge. I like those too.
I think Gauntlets are great. Beat the Clock challenge is great. It'd be cool to have like, and I propose this as a WWE pay-per-view, but maybe we could do this, is do a single show Gauntlet match.
Mm-hmm.
How about, I'm just throwing this out here. Because I mentioned earlier, Christina Von Eerie cashing in the Ace ACW trophy. Therefore, we don't have an Ace as of December 10th. We won't have an Ace of ACW trophy holder. Show long Gauntlet match to crown a new trophy holder.
I was going to suggest a show long tournament, but that's an idea too. That'd be cool. Let's see here. Jeff says, "Can you please sign my friend?" No, I don't know. No, we can't.
No,
I don't know who that is. I'm not going to say the name because it sounds like it could be vulgar. I don't know. Dang MQ says, "How long before Joe DeSoul says I'm not going to take this shit anymore?" I'm not. I mean, I sort of heard him rambling at the backstage of the last show after we showed up, and then he came to after that vicious pile driver.
Yeah.
So he kind of already said that just wasn't on camera.
I mean, if he wants to leave, that's his prerogative.
Right, yeah, we're not going to hold him there.
Nope. Jeffrey here asks, Larson, what learns will you bring to the table after your past experiences bankrolling certain wrestlers? I mean, I should say don't use your own money to bankroll a wrestling company, but then I just did so.
Yeah, right, yeah. Well, that was company money. Twinewinder says, the reporter for Cable and Wire Quarterly, our readers want to know what materials you will be using for your ring ropes. So from what I understand, we're going to be renting our ring from someplace local. I forget where. Yeah. Magnum has that info.
Yeah.
And it's just saying, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
So much of the operations, especially for this first show, we just want to smoothly transition.
I'm shocked I didn't fall over when I was getting in the ring last time.
Really?
Well, yeah, because you got 3 ropes to maneuver through, and I got up and I did the thing where I opened them for you, and then you opened them for me.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
And you just sort of fit my fat ass.
Is that why you opened them for me? Because you think I'm clumsy and you think I would trip?
I just really like doing. I think it's cool. I've seen other wrestlers. I've seen other people do it.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Yeah, very courteous.
And on top of that, I was just kind of being nice. I was like,
you were being nice.
I want people to think that we like each other. Nick's third nipple says, will you guys start negotiations with ACW San Antonio in a joint group? No, just because we have the same name or the same initials doesn't mean we want any affiliation with anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying we won't. I'm just saying,
Yeah, that being said, if there are opportunities out there to do some sort of cross-promotional type thing, if it's the right opportunity, we would definitely listen to that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Chew World Order with Prestige and West Coast Pro occasionally running Sacramento shows. How do you plan on defending your territory? With the best shows we can possibly put on, with some amazing show posters.
Yeah. Here's another thing. The territory days where you defended your territory tooth and nail, those are gone.
I'm not going to show up with a knife.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Again, if some sort of collaborative thing opportunity presented, all ears.
Yeah. If we could show up to the show and hand out flyers, boom, we'll do that. Put on some masks so people don't know really. It's them. Or we'll hire a street team for some.
Well, I feel like we're just going to have to be our own street team, especially at the beginning.
Well, look, people want to volunteer their efforts, and I'm going to let them. People will be like, "Oh, wow, I really love ACW. Really? How much?" Here's a stack of flyers. Here's a stack of flyers. Go down to Prestige Wrestling, pass them out.